Susan.
Hello, Mr. Morgan.
Howdy, Miss Grimshaw. Here we are, already back. Walking in the mud. Now, we got a lot of stuff to do here. We got Dutch with a mission. We got Hosea with a mission. He's at the Braithwaite Manor. Or we got John Marston's got something cooking. If you guys want to play bingo, I'm going to post the bingo card. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Brian made a bingo card. I have not really looked at the bingo card because I do not want to bias the bingo card. I'm going to copy the link and post it right here. It will randomly generate a bingo card for you. I'm also going to pin it. That will generate a bingo card for you, and you can say bingo in chat. It's for bragging rights and nothing more than that. But I have no idea, Ben. If you click on it, you'll find out. I'm thinking I want to go talk to Hosea. We had some good fun with Hosea last time.
Hello.
What's up, Charles?
Hey, Charles.
Like your hat.
Don't know how we got anything done before you joined us.
I like to keep busy.
Like Charles. He's a good man. I'm sure he does too, James. He tends to be... Oh.
How are you?
Not bad.
Micah, you better not mess with that dog. You hear me? Alright, let's go see what Hosea's got. Actually, no, I gotta turn this pelt in first. I didn't even do that. Go turn this into Pearson. Let's go, Fenton. It's gonna be hard to keep track of the names after a while.
It's okay, people. It's okay. We're gonna eat just fine. I got a score. Got something good. I said, got a score, Miss Roberts. Maybe you'll let me take you out sometime.
I don't think so.
I shall. Hey, fat man. Go buy us something decent to eat, hmm?
Of course we do.
Yeah, okay.
Then we read them ourselves
Whoa.
sometimes.
What is it about this nonsense?
I don't know. It makes you feel happy, even as it's making you feel sad and driving you mad for being so stupid.
I know. Oh, and this one's particularly idiotic. About a Scottish lord and a princess who was raised as a peasant, but whose noble blood shines through.
Good grief.
I know.
Can I read it? Once you're done?
Of course.
Just don't tell Karen.
Your secret's safe with me.
Just don't tell Karen. Okay. So, I mean, again, it's more hierarchy stuff. I mean, Pearson just kind of took that, but I don't know that he has much of a choice. I have some thoughts about Micah. Let me sell this really quick. And
Fine, but make sure you get a good price for it. Thank you, Arthur. Oh, hey.
so, here's a quick thought about Micah based on some of the interactions that we've witnessed with him. People learn different ways to grab power in groups. And I get a sense that the way that Micah has learned to grab power is to be chaotic and to be brash and unpredictable. I think that freaks people out. They can't quite get a beat on him, me included. When people can't predict what other folks are going to do, they tend to start projecting a bit onto them, and they tend to passively become subordinate to that person because the uncertainty of what you can expect from that person demands a lot of attention. And it creates this like little bit of a hierarchy there. And I think that Micah wedges his way up the hierarchy by being that agent of chaos, being prickly, and poking people in ways that they're not ready for. Because then they're in this like one down position where they don't know how to respond to him. They don't know how to fight back because they weren't ready for what it was that he said there. And so eventually people, in order to avoid the chaos and the explosions of Micah, they just kind of go off and do their own thing, or they'll capitulate to whatever it is that he's asking them to do, like Pearson did, because it's just way easier. It works. Like, people who are explosive and reactive and unpredictable tend to get their way because people don't want to expend the energy trying to meet people at that spot. Ogie McIntosh was the name of Dutch, by the way. I saw somebody asking about that. Ogie McIntosh. Which just cracks my shit up every time I think about it. What the hell is going on here? Analogous to a child throwing a tantrum. In a way, yeah. All right, Hosea. Yeah! Jenny, yeah! There we go. Ooh, what's going on over here? Come on, Jenny. Come on, Jenny. Let's go figure out what that is.
Yep.
The hell? There was somebody here. And now they ain't? Oh well. I'm sure we'll figure out what it is later. Now, I don't know how much... Now, we got to remember to be in character here. Remember, now, we turned idiot. So we don't do much speaking around these parts when we come to the Braithwaite property. We are Fenton. Let's change my hat to reflect that. I mean, Hoagie McIntosh would have been my name, but Dutch took it before I could. Because he gets things done, Sean. Ultimately, that is the thing that trumps everything. He brings money. Howdy, sir. I don't talk much, remember?
Hey, fellas. I have a meeting with Mrs. Braithwaite. My associates are already here.
All right, that's enough. Move along now.
Oh, so they've forgotten already that I can just magically talk. How do you do, sir?
Hello, mister. Hello.
All right, Gen 8. Good girl. Howdy, folks.
How you doing?
Not great.
Hello there.
Howdy, sir.
Please come in, sir. This way, sir. A gentleman to see you, ma'am.
So, your friend, the other liquor vendor. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Arthur, welcome.
We were just playing cribbage. Arthur Morgan, Mrs. Catherine Braithwaite.
Nice to see you again.
Apparently. So this one, he is big and as dumb as he looks?
Well, he's surely big, but his intelligence is a matter of some conjecture. Some say he is as dumb as he looks, but I think, well, he's not quite that dumb.
So these are the boys going to Caliga Hall?
Yes, we can take care of that for you, but one hates to be coarse. There is the question of money.
Oh, we've got money, Mr. Matthews.
Paper, bonds, metal.
She ain't gonna pay you in a certified check, you Yankee numbskull.
Ain't childbirth just the most beautiful miracle?
Well, Arthur.
Seems a lady can birth monkeys, after all.
It looks like you're doing a good job, Hosea.
Can I drive?
Nope.
Well, you asked. I guess I could put my normal hat on now.
Ready? Let's get it.
Wait, where's my...
Put it here.
Oh, I'm not on Gen A. Alright, that's fine. We'll wear this hat.
You was quiet in there.
Come on, Morgan. Pick up the pace here. Took everything I had. That son of hers. I'll shove that silver spoon down his throat and pull it clean out of his arse. The smug fucker.
Okay. So what she got us doing at the Gray's place?
She wants us to torture tobacco fields. Said they ain't had rain in weeks round here.
What?
Yeah, using that back there.
Moonshine?
Burns faster than kerosene, that stuff. Said it'd be fitting, she did. All I'm thinking is how about I try fitting my boot up your hook now, you snotty old bitch.
Alright.
Hosea really picked the right fella for tea at the manor, didn't he?
Ah, he was giving his usual flannin'. One of these families got gold stashed somewhere, he reckons. I mean, I'm all for sticking it to rich folks. I hate rich folks. There really better be some bloody money at the end of all this.
Hosea knows what he's doing.
Does he, though? The master finagler of nothing.
Easy, easy.
So far, we've destroyed the Braithwaites still. Tried to sell the shine back to them. Now we're on this fool's errand, which I'm very much looking forward to, by the way. They was saying old man Gray's double security after that business at the saloon.
So, we're just gonna drive on in there, is that it?
Don't worry, I got a plan. Wagons go in and out of there all the time with supplies, equipment, payroll. Especially now they've taken on all that extra muscle. We're making a delivery, that's all. Just leave it to me. I can talk a dog off a meat wagon.
All right, then.
Okie dokie. Victoria, thank you for the 2 months. Why am I green? Because you be green. Thank you, friend. Sean's cunning. You know, I will say that in order for us to pull off these plans that we keep doing where we're acting as other people, it does require us to have a pretty strong knowledge of the audience that we're working with. So, I mean, I give these guys a lot of credit for being perceptive enough to know how to pull the wool over people's eyes. You know, are we doing it for good? No. But I can still respect it. There we go. We got a lot of bottles of moonshine going on here. So we're torching the Grays. We're torching the tobacco.
Whoa, hold up a second. Are you not worried about them Grays, English?
Excuse me?
You not worried about them Grays?
In what sense?
Well, they knows you.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You know what? Here, I'll go hiding back. If you can act naturally and stop us from getting into a fight before we're ready.
I will try.
Yes. Try and do an impression of a human being.
I'm not going to go that far.
I love this. Let's see if he can pull it off.
We're here. Stay out of sight. I'll do the talking.
Hey, hold it right there.
Full immersion.
What you want, boy?
There was a thing at the saloon.
What you talking about?
Well, I'm delivering the supplies.
You're not the usual driver.
You want a bottle, friend? Here. Have a wee drop. I'm new. I mean you no harm. I've come from Donegal, in Ireland.
You don't say.
Yeah. They said you'd understand. Some kind of incident at the saloon in town. I was told to bring this up here. Ask no questions, I'll tell you no lies, sort of business. Before the officials got there, they said.
Okay. Drive this way. I'll show you how to get there.
Oh, thank you, friend. Have a drink, Sean.
Don't cough, Arthur.
Good to meet you, Hamish. Fine bit of country you've got here. Not as fine as Connemara, but fine nonetheless.
My people come from Scotland.
Is that right? And you and I are nearly brothers.
Just over here. Straight down the path here. It's getting so I can barely keep track of all these deliveries coming in.
Yeah, and they said they was looking for more drivers in town. I jumped at the chance. I ain't never been a feller to kick a bit of honest work out of bed. So, been having a hard time of it, have you?
Yeah, Mr. Gray's got a heap of problems right now with another family around here. Bunch of covetous lowdowns trying to sabotage his livelihood. Disgusting.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, Hamish. Sounds like you definitely deserve that drink.
You don't know the half.
No, I can't say we do.
Just in there.
Right you are.
God. You just sit here waiting like, how is this gonna go wrong?
You can unload it here.
In here? Oh, the horse is like a swift one, do they?
Excuse me?
Nothing. It's grand.
Oh, shit.
Quite a place you boys have got here. Reminds me of one of them big houses out in Donegal. Real fancy places they was, Hamish. Real fancy. Because if some folks got all the money, they can build quite the fanciest places imaginable, eh? Well, the average man sups on shite, yeah? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Come on, Arthur. What are you playing at?
I was enjoying the monologue. Glad I'm not your brother.
Where?
Let's get on with this.
Holy
Not the
shit.
one who was dawdling. Okay. You can hold up in here till it gets dark.
Jesus. I was enjoying the monologue.
How you getting on?
Good. Nearly got these things ready.
Okay. There's plenty of guards out there. Here's how I feel we should deal with things. You head over to the dry barn.
Sure. And you?
I'm gonna deal with the fields themselves. We coat everything in moonshine, and then we light things up with these little fellers here. Thankfully, it ain't rained, and that old barn over there should go up like a torch.
How many of these boys you think you need?
This should do it. Let's head out the back. Look, once they get wind of us, there'll be no turning back, so move quickly.
Of course. I'm rebel stock, boy. I was born burning down manor houses.
We'll burn quietly.
Oh, baby. All right. So we got...
Quiet. There's someone coming on the left.
I really like the way that Arthur and Sean switch between leadership. There are times where Sean takes it, and then there's other times where Arthur takes it, and they really do work symbiotically. It's really nice.
Well, I thought the wagon already arrived.
This one didn't.
Strange. So, what you got there?
Tools, payroll.
Okay. Drop it by the supply shed at the back of the fields.
Sure. See you later.
You hear that? Payroll.
Yeah. Let's get this job done first, okay?
I'll take care of this fella.
Nice and easy. All right, Sean. I mean, Sean gets stuff done. I do feel bad that these guys are caught in the crossfire of this shit.
Try to
Alright.
stay out of trouble.
Ooh, baby. Douse the fields in moonshine. And we're pouring a lot of moonshine out.
That's good for here.
All right. Nice and easy.
Should be enough for here.
Okay. Alrighty, fellers. Don't mind me. I'm just a stray pig rustling these feathers out here in the old tobacco fields. Don't think much of it, fellers. I mean, a little ruffled tobacco in the middle of the night, that ain't nothing you ain't seen before. Nice and easy. Ain't gonna push too hard here. Nice and easy. Let these two fellers focus on each other. I'm gonna sneak behind the light. Ain't nothing there, sir. Just go around this barrel. Alright. Pour some of this moonshine out.
That should do it.
Alright. So far, so good.
That's good.
Nice. Good. Nice and easy. Just take it nice and slow. And go. Gotta know when to go quick and when to go slow. We gotta be running out of moonshine at this point. This jug holds a lot. Alright, meet Sean at the barn. Who's that? What's that? Is that Sean over there? Yeah, alright. Get him, Sean. Ooh.
I'm gonna douse this too.
Oh man, this is all. We could have rolled this into fine cigars. But, alright. Burn the barn.
Light her up. Would you look at that? Haha, now let's go light ourselves a fat cigar.
I got the redhead. Make your peace. You're dead. Somebody shoot him already. You'll pay for this. Oh, damn it.
Woo!
We got company. Look out.
Come on!
Look out.
Nice and easy.
You ain't getting away with this. About ready to bleed. These bastards coming from.
Woo! Horses are gonna freak. Yep. Come on, Arthur, reload, buddy.
They seem to be taking it well.
This is a goddamn mess.
Oh boy.
There goes our... Ah!
There we go.
There goes our right out of here.
Sean, how we doing, buddy?
The wagon we saw come in earlier. We can nick the horses from that.
All right, where is it?
This way. Let's go. Jesus, there's more of them. Look out. Here come more of them. Over you, Mick.
Woo!
What's up, fella? Down this way.
Ah! That's how you want to do it?
Nearly there.
They didn't tell... They didn't tell you there'd be an army of them?
They didn't tell me nothing.
I mean, we're still getting it done. We got nothing to be disappointed about.
See, there it is. Maybe they haven't unloaded that cash yet.
Hosea better get us paid real well for this.
Bloody right.
All right, come on, we'll take those horses.
Well, let's see if the payroll is actually in there.
Hurry up.
Oh boy, we did good, Morgan. We did good.
Great, but let's go.
Come on.
Looky here, you get them horses free, Arthur. Come on.
I did.
Get. Yeehaw! All right, let's get out of this shithole.
Yeah, buddy.
Hell out of here, fast.
You right, follow me. Morgan, up ahead.
Damn, Sean.
We're going straight out the front gate. Yeah. Jesus, that turned into a right party.
You call that a party?
That Braithwaite had got our money's worth, all right.
Let's just get out of here first.
Ooh, look at that damage. Boy. I gotta hand it to you, Sean.
I think we lost him.
That we did.
Quite a night.
Sure.
Interesting little fight Dutch has put us into the middle of here.
I hope him and Hosea are right and that there's some money at the end of it.
Well, what now?
Head on back to camp.
You coming?
Sure.
Confused, thank you so much. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Thank you so much, friend, for your generosity. I appreciate it. You are so kind. That was one of those missions that's like just fun. Like I just really enjoyed that.
Sweet home.
You let Hosea know how we got on.
Will do. Hey.
850.
I'm busting for the smoke.
Sean.
Yeah, I'd give you a smoke. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Got some good camp funds there. We ruined their day. Well, shit, I reckon we take a little nap, wake up in the morning, we go see what John Marston's got for us. Okay, I think you missed an opportunity to smoke an entire field's worth of tobacco. I know, some of that dried tobacco, we should have taken it and put it in the pouch and rolled it into our own cigars. Actually, you know what? I think this calls for a celebratory cigar before I go to bed so I can have that nice cigar taste in my mouth. There we go. Light them up. Take a puff. Throw it out. Because that's the Arthur Morgan way. Freaking waste. I hate everything about the way you smoke cigars, Arthur. I don't respect it. Also, it looks like it already is morning. Maybe we can get an early start on the day. I don't even think we have any chores to do, so I say we go right into town. 10-8. Like, he just, like, rips one drag and throws it. I can't, like, how did, of all the amazing things that Rockstar's done with this game and all the quality control that went into making stuff as amazing as possible, how did somebody not think, you know what, the way he smokes cigars is stupid? Need my other hat back. And that's how Arthur lost 30 years to lung cancer. Thank you so much for the $2.99 DHB. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you all for the generosity. As for those who don't know, if you give me a super chat, I'll read it as a Southerner. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate it. Also, I do want to use this as an opportunity to say thank you, chat, for being here. Thank you for spending time with me while I play this game. For those of you that are watching the VOD, thank you so much for watching the VOD of this. I hope you have been enjoying this journey, even though you haven't been able to be here live with me. It means a lot to me that you hang out here. Please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications. I stream at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time every night. Those of you that become members by hitting the join button or clicking the link down in the description, thank you very much for doing that, no matter what level membership you choose. Those of you that send me tips and stuff while I'm offline, I appreciate you as well. I'm sorry I'm not here to say thank you directly, and this is my opportunity to do it. So I appreciate all of you immensely. Thank you for supporting what I do. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and all that fun stuff down in the description. It'd be nice if they smoked until you moved. Yeah, right? Like, just something. Hell? What's going on here? Somebody robbing this train? Oh, the Lemoyne Raider. Y'all are assholes. Nobody likes you. Take out these Lemoyne Raiders. All right. Y'all, you lost the war. Stop trying to overcompensate by robbing people and doing the same thing that I do. But it's okay because I do it, because I understand why I do it, and I have my justifications. And because my justifications don't completely align with your justifications, I judge them relative to my own experience. And that's how we work. That's where judgment comes from. Why we're less likely to judge ourselves than we are others. Oops, shouldn't be robbing these folks. Anything good in here? This is a Lemoyne carriage, I've got to think, right? Alright, now I'm inclined to wonder. While we're here. You should play God of War at some point. Third wheel, I will very likely not play God of War. I've played the game before. I enjoy the game, but it would not produce as much content as people think. It is the #1 most requested game, but I just don't see it happening. But I appreciate the $5, friend. Thank you so much. And thank you for your desire to watch me play something else. It means a lot. Who knows, though? Maybe we'll play the new one when it comes out, depending on what direction they take it. But that game would be mostly you guys watching me solve puzzles, less analysis. All right, Gen 8. Good enough. We stopped them Lemoyne Raiders. That feels pretty good. I probably need to eat a little bit of fish.
Yeah.
Holy hell indeed, sir. I ain't much thrilled about it neither.
Thank God.
All right, let's go see what Marston's got for us.
Yeah.
Because he's working with the Greys, I think. So our whole goal here is to pigeonhole them against each other. We're causing all the ruckus, and because they're so blinded by their hatred for each other, they automatically assume anything that bad happens must be because the other family did it. Not because maybe there's a third group that's instigating all of it. I mean, it's an actually smart plan. Like, leveraging their hatred for each other. But it puts us in double danger if for some reason we end up uniting them. Because they're like, oh, so that's the deal. It wasn't you guys all along. It was these assholes. What's going on here? Gen A's twin is here. What's going on here, sir? How are you, sir?
You okay there, mister?
You need me to move?
Move?
Am I sitting in the wrong place?
Excuse me?
I didn't mean any offense, sir. Please.
I don't get your meaning.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Oh.
You have yourself a fine day, and I apologize for any offense I may have inadvertently caused.
What are you drinking, mister?
Nothing, sir. Nothing at all.
Why are you acting so strange?
I don't mean to. I'm sorry for any offense.
How could you have offended me?
Now, I don't know that this is where this conversation is going, but we're going to talk for a second about representation, dominance, and marginalization. We live during a time where slavery is very close in the rearview mirror. Arthur's density here is to be expected. It's not excused, but it's to be expected. This is what happens when you are in a dominant group and when you don't take the time to reflect on the fact that you share traits with a dominant group that was horribly oppressive to another group. Arthur is doing the opposite side of the spectrum as a person who would immediately stand here and go, I ain't racist. I ain't heard a black person in my entire life. How dare you assume that I'm a racist? Like, that's one side of the spectrum. The other side of the spectrum is just pure ignorance, which is where Arthur is right now. So Arthur thinks, this is just another man. What offense could I possibly bring you? Without realizing that Arthur, by virtue of being a white man, not because of him, Arthur, but because of the identity holds and the way that it's been represented to this man, is dangerous. Arthur walking up to that guy sitting on a box, whether he was a slave or not, is terrifying, because that white man could pull out a gun and shoot him, or could call the cops over, and he's screwed. So Arthur, you would hope that Arthur could get some education on what's going to happen when he approaches people of color, because he represents the literal most dangerous thing a black man could come across while sitting on a box in the middle of town. So one side of the spectrum of like covert racism is just complete ignorance to your privilege, which is why there's such an emphasis on people understanding their relative privilege. And then the other side is like the whole completely full personalization of what's going on, where a person can't understand that the way that they are represented, it's not safe for that man to assume that Arthur is safe, and the way that it is safe for Arthur to assume that he is safe. That's why this is happening from like an identity and representation level. Now, I'm interested to hear what this man has to say here. But Arthur's density is to be expected. I'm not surprised that he is like, what would I do that would offend you, sir? Or what would you do that would offend me?
I have no idea. But I had no idea how I offended the last fellas. And they stole my wagon on account of my impudence.
Stole your wagon for back check?
They didn't like my medical practice, I suppose. I was helping folk.
And that wasn't popular?
I was undercutting the competition. Or I was too colored. Or I was irritating in nature. Or I was some know-it-all big city slicker here to demean some good old boys of my fine words. The exact variety of my sins was the source of some conjecture, so they undercut me.
That ain't very nice.
That was my impression. Still, compared to the gutting, castration, defenestration, and crucifixion they offered me, I felt I got off lightly.
Imaginative bunch.
Yes. But no great love of my medical practice. Too free with my wisdom and services.
Which way they go?
Down the road, that way.
Stay here.
I'm sort of forced to. Please, don't go to any trouble on my account.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for that fella's wagon? I heard him say they was taking it to McComb's Inn.
Okay, thanks.
That last comment by this man is super important. Now, we may think that Arthur intervening here is a really good idea. Wow, what a kind, benevolent ally. Kinda. Here's the thing. Arthur getting involved here puts that man in danger. Because the people that we're about to go find don't view that man on the same playing field that they view me. So if they find out or they assume that this guy had something to do with this, even if he told us not to do this and we intervene, we put that man at serious risk. Which is why Arthur probably should have asked him, hey man, is there anything I can do? I'm willing to support you in this. I'm willing to help, but I don't want to put you at risk. What do you reckon's the best idea and course of action for this? Not, all right, I'm going to go get them. I'm going to make sure they know that you sent me. It's just not a great proposition, right? This is why you have to understand the dynamics that are at play in these things. Otherwise, you start acting on your own biases and your own ignorance in a way that can put other people in danger. If you kill all of them, though. Well, it's true. Alright, so regardless, we're going to go do this. And I feel a little bit weird about it. But that's what we're going to do. I mean, maybe we can talk it out. That would, I mean, maybe. I'm not super confident that these guys are just going to automatically be like, okay, we'll unracist ourselves now because you're coming here. This is the danger of racism, man. That guy has absolutely no institutional power. He has no societal power. That man is literally at the mercy of what this group of men does. And if I go here and I intervene and it gets back, that man is... He's not safe. I mean, he's not safe anyway. And if you're watching this video right now and you're thinking, oh my God, Dr. Mick, could you please chill with the social justice warrior bullshit? This stuff is true today, man. It's true today. This influences all of our interactions with folks. And all of us would do well to understand our relative privilege and our relative roles in the societal context we live, because we could do harm that we don't intend to do in situations like this because we're not paying attention to things like this. These dynamics exist whether you believe in them or think they should exist or not. And it's very important for us to understand them and be attuned to them for the betterment of ourselves and others. Eat some ginseng. Here we are in the bayou. Oh boy.
Easy.
All right, now I'm gonna try to take this real calm, like. I have not, Skog, but I like to get out in front of it sometimes.
Who goes there?
Howdy, sir.
Doctor friend of mine lost his wagon. You all ain't... Put a hole in Ah! Where's the damn wagon?
That's not what I wanted.
Go.
That's not how I would have approached that, for the very reasons I just described. Like... And now, I'm trying not to be too frustrated with Arthur's ignorance to this stuff, because Arthur's never had to think about it before. But it is frustrating, because Arthur, like with Lenny... Like with this doctor guy, he's putting these black folks in danger with his ignorance. Now, we killed them all, so, I mean... Now, I do reckon we probably should do away with our mess. Feed them to the gators. Gotta be smart here. Alligator Jesus gonna eat good. Maybe we'll have ourselves an alligator Jesus spot in here. I need good vibes, chat. I need good vibes. Anything good in here? Certainly doesn't look it. I know, I need Alligator Jesus to give me the insight to understand that I did not have a straight draw. These fellas just floating down below. Howdy, sir. 43 cents. Come on, sir. Let's get you to the water. Take me to the river. Throw me in the water. Get me eaten by a gator. While I float in the algae. Alright, it's a terrible song. Terrible song. Not my finest. That will not be on the album. I would not doing this work into the holding them accountable as part of the dominant group, though. Because the man's danger and well-being is paramount here, Pi Pi. So if I go up here and I say, hey, this specific man sent me this way because you stole his wagon, I am giving them all the information they need to leverage their dominance to go get that man killed or to oppress that guy. Now, if these guys were willing to have a conversation and we were like, you know, shooting the shit, and I was able to say to them something like, hey, fellas, you know, like, you can't be doing this stuff, man. That guy's just trying to make an honest living. We start having like a conversation like that amongst ourselves. A little bit different. That's dialogue. But these guys aren't interested in dialogue. They don't have to be. All right, let's check out these houses real quick. I want to see if there's anything good in them before we take this cart out of here. Howdy ho! Anything good in here? Certainly doesn't look it. Nothing but a bunch of garbage. Alright. Seems we cleared this place out. Dr. Rhodes. Colds? Goiter? Cholera. Dysentery, fever, typhoid. Medicine. Alright. Dr. Rhodes Medicine Company. I wonder if he's,
Okay, come on. Get you back to the doctor.
What a cool cart. Got the whole, like, pharmacy thing on it. That's neat. Oh, God, Jenny! Oh, no!
You're okay.
Jenny is strong as an ox. Yeah, don't you ever mess with my girl again and try and run her ass over. You're gonna get your ass injured. Jenny's my ox horse. I ain't the greatest with trekking cross country with horses. I almost messed this guy's cart up along with my own horse. My own fine steed. Oh. Hey, fellas. I ain't right into this.
What the hell do you want with this thing?
What the hell? Were you out getting milk or something? What the hell were you fellers doing? I don't know what you want with this carriage, but I mean, it is a fine carriage. Reckon I could fence it over at Emerald Grove But I ain't gonna do that. I like this man too much to do that. Uh-oh, do we have clearance? Alright, we're good. Oh, man. This is almost the death bridge. Wonder what the regulation height of a stagecoach is. There's gotta be some bridges the man can't get under with this thing. Don't mind me, sir. Howdy, sir. All right, let's slow down, girls. Let's slow down. Howdy, folks. Excuse me. Dr. Arthur coming through here. Try to avoid driving this through shit.
Don't you?
Yeah. Howdy, sir. I do believe this is your carriage.
Oh, look who it is. I did not count on seeing that wagon again. Nor you, for that matter.
Only people you won't be seeing are the folks that took it.
I take it they aren't the only ignorant bullying clodhoppers in these parts. But I can live in glorious hope. Now, it wasn't a trouble now, was it?
No, it was a pleasure.
Yeah. Let me give you something for your pleasure. What we got here? How about this? Provide a man a tincture, he'll be well for a day. Teach him to make one, he might be well a while longer.
I'll make sure to try and make this. Thank you.
Thank you. It won't work for anything chronic, but you may not need it to. Well, if you see me on my travels and you're in need of something, make sure you come and say hello.
Travel safe now.
I quite like that man. All right. Inspect that document. Wait, where is that? Recipe pamphlet. Improve. Special health cure pamphlet. All right. Let's take a gander at. Whoa, a Lemoyne Raider recruitment letter. Have we read this? William. I'm writing to let you know our raids against the Jayhawkers in Lawrence, Kansas have been successful. There are many times since we set out on this campaign that I doubted there was a God who loved us. But today I have a glimmer of hope. That they call us Lemoyne Raiders bushwhackers and border ruffians does not diminish our fight for the free state and to be free from the incursions of northerners set in changing our way of life. I hope you will continue to work to recruit more young men to our cause here in Lemoyne. We will ride through their ranks and smite down the oppressors. History is not over and shall be rewritten. It is always darkest before dawn. You, sir, are not oppressed, but okie dokie. Alright, we got ourselves. Let's take a look at our journal, see if we got anything new going. Alright, we got the Miss Margaret. We read about that. I don't know if I read this. Okay, let's see. In case I didn't read this. Met a fella called Miss Margaret. An animal trainer and showman or showwoman. Mistress of Danger, quite a character. Wants me to find some missing animals. A while ago, I met an odd man dressed as a lady animal trainer. Are all Englishmen that weird, I wonder? All his animals were as fake as the rest of his act until I was to retrieve a real lion from somewhere or other in Africa I thought was going to be another dog. But nope, it was a real lion. Thing looked like it wanted me for its next meal. After hunting a zebra, that was a donkey, and a tiger, that was a cougar, and another lion that was just a dog, or I think that's right. I think I've lost track of the whole thing. And an assistant that's a real woman, and him a strange English maniac in a dress pretending to be all that he isn't. Remind yourself never to go on stage. Sir, I'm trying to read my journal. The hell's this Gavin guy? Shut the hell up. I'm gonna sit on this box and read more of my journal. I reckon. Or am I? Sure, now you shut up. Alright, back to my reading. I hear one more thing about a Gavin. The weird English guy gave me a pretty decent emerald as payment for my troubles. Maybe he wasn't so bad after all. Saw an old church. Found it interesting. Not sure why. Met Emmett Granger. I cannot think of a single man I have enjoyed seeing dead more than this bastard. Pig shit and hatred and all, and he still threw a knife at me. Guess Billy Midnight never escaped his past. Guy was deranged about shooting some fella in a back or in their sleep or something else. Very sensible in my opinion. Anyway, guilt had consumed him. So like a real proper gentleman, he tried to kill me.
He's my best friend. He left me. I lost him. I lost him. Someone must have seen an Englishman. Really funny he is.
Gavin.
Hey, mister.
Have you seen Gavin?
You still haven't found him?
No, but I won't give up. He's lost. One morning, I just woke up and he wasn't there. Someone must have taken him.
Maybe he just left.
Gavin? No. No. We were best mates. I mean, really, best mates. He'd never leave me. Never. Gavin! Oh, I am so worried. Gav! 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 Where are you? Where are you?
Sir!
Mister?
You know where... Alright, so that guy... Alright, whatever. I ain't gonna much worry about that. I want to get back to reading my journal. I worked hard on reading this.
Oh, that's really...
Oh my god. Okay. Stumbled into this old drunk on the streets of Rhodes. I don't know quite why he made an impression, but world is full of self-pity and drunks. Hell, I hope to grow into one myself. Something about this fella, Jeremiah Compson, blamed everyone else for his plight. Lost his career in his home. Wanted me to go find a few trinkets at his home, Compson's Stead, just north of Scarlet Meadows. Maybe I'll head over there sometime. Went to his house. Don't feel so bad for him now. Feel like a fool. Bastard was a slave catcher. Went to see nice Mr. Compson again. Burned his valuable ledger right in front of his eyes. I've met some charming women in my time. Catherine Braithwaite, the mother hen to that particular bunch of roosters, ain't one of them. Sour old jug of piss and bullshit I ain't never met. Even Hosea's charms were lost upon her. She refused our offer at selling her back her shine and instead got us to give it away to annoy the saloon owners in town. Hosea put on quite a show till we got interrupted by the bastards we robbed when grabbing the stuff. We just about escaped. On the other hand, I met this poor bastard gray boy, Bo. and his forbidden love, Miss Penelope. Quite the most alive creature we've met down here. Suddenly, I'm marching as his suffragette. Or marching as a suffragette. The looks of loathing on the faces of the locals delighted me, while their leader, a Mrs. Calhoun, amused me. I don't know much about good causes nor the joys of democracy, but I enjoyed my little experience riding alongside him. The world is certainly changing fast. All right, Arthur. Found Flaco Hernandez for that silly book. Killed him. Bastard jumped out of the way, but I still got him. Didn't seem like the type I was going to befriend anyway. Met a lady scientist. Deborah something or other. Seemed to be more mad than sane, but I don't have much frame of reference for scientists. Wanted me to see if I could help her find dinosaur bones and send her the details. Maybe. Alright, that's it. Dude, you probably shouldn't be walking around a 300-foot radius yelling Gavin, dude. You're going to need to go traverse the countryside.
Hello, sir.
How do you do?
Howdy, sir. Man, that guy doesn't know how to look for people at all. Now, where are you, Gen A? My trusty steed.
I am so worried.
Gavin! Ah! I'm surprised people in this town haven't like yelled at this dude to shut up. Dude is struggling. All right, John, what do you got for me, pal? All right, like get somebody to help you, brother. All right, whatever. I ain't much worried about Gavin right now. I got Mr. Marston waiting for me over at the Gray Manor.
Out of the damn way.
You stay off our land, goddamn! Same goes for you, sons of bitches! Get back here and face us like a man, you coward! Goddamn Braithwaites sneaking about here!
How are we not here? Oh, forget it. He's gone.
We're gonna catch all kinds of hell from the sheriff over this.
I vote we don't even tell him.
This feud's getting worse, not better. We need to settle this soon, once and for all. Come on, let's get out of here.
I love that. All right, let's ride down to the manor. Good night, Sadie. Ooh, baby. All right. And we're getting some good stuff tonight. I'm loving it. Howdy, fellas.
Can I help you?
Well, looks like you boys had some trouble.
Yeah, we had some trouble. Bad trouble. What you want?
Oh, I was supposed to meet some business partners here. They arranged a meeting, I believe.
Fellow with a scar and a Mexican?
Yes, sir.
Out by the stables, I think.
Thank you. And, sorry for your troubles, friend.
I'm more sorry than you realize. I do wonder what came out of that Romeo and Juliet situation we had going. Just meeting some business associates over here. Whatever did happen to your tobacco fields, fellas?
Like you. You don't know me. You turn up in town, you're helping everybody. And there's troubles everywhere. Bandits attacked my fields. Men getting killed. Just who are you?
That awful business was nothing to do with us. I like smoking tobacco, not recklessly burning it. Like I said, had a run of bad luck in the West, lost money in some failed railway speculation. We heard good men can do well in this country.
Sure. And bad men. We haven't recovered as well as I hoped from the war. My family tried. My sons are good boys, but it's been hard. Like I said, Some people in the area will hold us all back forever. We need stability.
I'm sure.
We're an old Scottish family. We work. My daddy taught that to me, and I taught my son. Work hard, be fair.
I can appreciate that. Howdy, fellas.
And have you met my partner, Arthur Morgan?
No.
I met your son, the sheriff.
Okay.
Mr. Gray here was saying how he had problems with a family of degenerates. Oh, well, nobody likes degenerates.
That hag and her inbred sons. They ruined this county. They killed my uncle, you know.
That ain't right.
Problem is, we can't be seen to get too close.
And?
We've got gold, Yankee. We've got gold.
I ain't no Yankee, friend. I ain't nothing. My daddy came over on the boat from Scotland.
I'm Scottish.
And the Braithwaites?
Goddamn peasants. I don't know. Mongrels. Slave fuckers. All you gotta do is look at them.
How much gold?
Enough. These are prized horses I'm talking about. Them, they'll get you 5,000.
5,000 for horses.
Easy.
Where do we sell them, these $5,000 horses?
Over in Clemens Cove. Fellow over there will run them out of state and give you 50 cents on the dollar.
Mister, you got yourself a deal.
Just keep us away from this. Publicly, I mean.
My sense is we keep all horse wrestling away from the public.
Oh, man. Okay, so first one, the obvious one. This guy doesn't even, at this point, I mean, he knows why he hates him, but they're just hating each other to hate each other at this point, which I think if you take socioeconomic status into account here, I think some of this makes sense. Because if you're sitting here going like, Jesus, what a stupid thing to be focused on. You got both families who are rich as hell, doing their own thing, who can't be bothered to just do their own thing and work together. They instead have to hate on each other. Honestly, I don't know that they have much better to do. See, the thing is, back in this time where you don't have a bunch of stuff you can focus on, you don't have technology you can bury yourself into, it's a relatively simple time, you got a lot of people doing the hard labor for you because you have resources, there ain't much for you. So you seek out stimulation in some very weird ways that people who are very low on the socioeconomic status ladder aren't even going to remotely think about. You think people who are trying to figure out where their next meal are coming from are going to sit here hating on the other group across the street? Probably not. They're probably going to try to figure out how to work with them to get resources. You see this kind of bullshit once people start getting really rich, or once people have a bunch of time on their hands to worry about a bunch of dumb shit they don't need to worry about. It's relative to the resources that they have. I don't think it's any accident that part of the reason these guys hate each other is just because they have nothing better to do, and because they're so immersed in it and have all these transgenerational ledgers that they're trying to complete, that they haven't actually stopped to think about why they're actually doing this. The younger generation is doing that. We saw that in that Romeo and Juliet saga that we were engaging in. But these old folks are just so entrenched in the old ways and being forced to do something different. And they can't take it out on the government because the government oppressed them, so they take it out on each other. And I use oppressed with quotations, right? They're just mad because they can't have slaves anymore. They're mad because they can't just sit pretty, making shitloads of money, drinking as much as they want, at the expense of so many folks. Now the government comes in, takes their means of labor away, and they're all having to work, and they haven't had to do that. They've lived massive lives of privilege. Well, you're going to hate on people that you think you have more influence and control over. Just so many reasons why these people engage in this feud, and it's just so dumb. And so we're taking advantage of it. Like, both sides are really dumb in this. Like, there's no reason for us to have these fights. Yet you're seeing a world where that's what everybody orients themselves toward. Even Dutch, right? He hates the O'Driscolls. Like, we're seeing a bunch of groups that define themselves less by who they are, but by who they aren't. And that's a very fleeting way to identify yourself. It doesn't work as well.
Go to the stables on the south side of the manor. That's where they keep the thoroughbreds.
All right. We'll go steal some horses, I guess.
Passing you.
Go on.
Crazy old fool. If he only knew we just torched his tobacco crop.
That was you?
The old man was cursing the Braithwaites about that. Burning rich folks' property? Sean was like a pig in shit. I'm sure. 5,000 for horses. They must be rich. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But, get even a third of that, it'll be worth it. So how are we gonna play this? The place is well guarded, so there ain't no point in blasting in there. We'll make them think we're there looking to purchase.
3 armed men?
You'd be armed if you were about to spend 5,000 on horses. We should go in the back way, though. Avoid too many questions.
That's a good point, Arthur. I like that. It's true. You would definitely be armed if you were packing 5,000 cash.
Careful. There's a guard. I'll speak to him, okay? All right, then.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yeah, we're here to see about some horses.
Horses?
Yeah, we had an appointment with Mr. Braithwaite, I believe.
Yeah, I never heard about any of this.
Our partner wanted to make a significant investment in some stables down here. But perhaps we should look elsewhere.
Well, okay then. But head on up to the stable.
Nice job, John.
Someone will come see you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, they absolutely don't get paid enough to carry. Are you kidding me?
That's it. Nice and easy. No need to rush. We don't want to draw any unnecessary attention.
Yeah, there we go. Slow it down, fellers.
All right. I think that's the stables just up ahead. Heads down, play cool. We'll head around the front, hitch up there. All right, let's hitch up here.
All right. Smooth talking here, fellers. Get the hell out of the way so I can hitch my horse.
Let me do the talking.
How to do, sir? Here on account of a lot of money moving for these fine horses you got.
Hello there.
Can I help you, boys?
I hope so. Heard you got some horses.
We always got horses.
Fine horses, I mean.
I don't get you, friend.
Yeah, you do. Come on.
Listen, why don't you get out of here? You, Scarface, and your greaser buddy.
Whoa!
I don't like officials.
We ain't officials. We're connoisseurs, looking to do some breedings. Come on now, partner.
Okay, fine. Follow me. These here's mainly the studs available for purchase or for working. If that's what you're interested in. What is you boys interested in?
We represent a famous stable and stud farm from Saratoga.
Is that so?
Unofficially.
Of course. Well, this here's Cerberus. Here you go, boy. Cerberus is a real reliable stud.
This
Fathered
poor
many a
guy.
race winner.
Oh, is that right?
This one's Old Faithful. He was a champion, briefly. Till he hurt
Okay.
his leg. didn't you, boy? Amazing runner, though.
I don't know why we have to kill him. Wish I could just knock him out.
Boss would probably sell him to you if you made the right offer. And this here is Old Father Time, my favorite horse.
Well,
His coat
say
might be a
goodbye.
little thin for them Saratoga winters, but
Greaser, huh? Okay, bandana's on. Don't need nobody recognizing us.
All right, I'll grab the white one in the middle. You get the other two.
Howdy.
Relax, boy. Come on.
Good boy.
Easy.
Hey. Whoa, whoa, easy.
Marston, you're gonna tether him up to Javier's horse.
Okay.
Javier, you're gonna lead the stallions.
No!
I seen mushrooms with bigger brains. Easy.
I didn't know that was even possible. I hit the wrong button again. Hey, I didn't mean it. Didn't mean it.
Go easy.
Oh, God. Come on.
this here's Cerberus. Here you go.
Yeah. You don't get the benefit of being around your favorite horse again this time.
Greaser, huh? Okay, bandana's on. Don't need nobody recognizing us.
All right, I'll grab the white one in the middle. You get the other two. Relax, boy. Come on.
Good boy.
Easy there, easy now.
I swear they put the two buttons next to each other on purpose for
You're gonna
this.
tether him up to Javier's horse.
Okay.
Javier, you're gonna lead the stallions.
Come on. Fast and easy.
Marston, you ride point. I'll cover up the back. If there's any problems, we regroup at Clemens Cove.
What are you doing? Let's go, quick!
Mr. Phil, Dr. Mick, horse puncher.
What the hell you doing?
Thank you for the $2. Oh, God!
I said stop these men!
They ain't gotta die.
This way, out of the fields!
Oh! You don't mess with me, fellas.
Watch out by that wagon! Shit! They blocked our way out! We'll have to go through the fields!
Woo! Let's go. Keep it moving, fellas.
We can get out that way. Let's try to lose them in the trees.
I think we lost him.
More on the road there.
Oh, shit.
So, all right, let's get these horses to Clemens Cove quick before we run into any more trouble.
Yes, indeed.
Whoa, you okay there, boy?
Shit! One of the stallions is loose. Keep going. I'll get him.
I'm here. I'm here.
Got you. Hey.
I'm on. Come on.
Come on now.
Hey, Morgan! Over here! You got him. Well done. Clemens Cove is just over there. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Well, that could have gone smoother.
That'll be on my gravestone. Easy. You think they look like they're paying $5,000 for horses?
I guess we'll see.
What a shot this is.
Hey, now.
Howdy, sir.
There we go.
What you boys want?
Heard you pay good prices for horses.
Oh, we'll buy more or less anything, Pop.
That so?
Sure, Pop. I'm Clay Davies. That's my brother Clive. We're twins.
Cool.
John, Arthur, Javier.
So what are you? Cuban?
No.
I don't like Cubans.
That's so?
Nobody
Maybe.
cares.
Why, what do you care? You ain't Cuban.
Maybe I like Cubans.
Ooh, you're funny. He's funny. Ain't he funny, Clive? Clive don't talk. We're twins, but I was born first. He came out all yellow and black, but he's okay. Ugh.
Sure.
Yeah, I know these horses. They ain't yours. But I like you, and I can give you 650 for them.
I was told we could get up to $5,000 for them.
And I was told the moon was made of ladies' tears. Only it ain't true. Not one little bit.
But
I like you boys, but I ain't got more than 700 on me. You want it, or you want to ride them fellers into town, and maybe someone there'll hang you?
We're gonna need more than that.
I ain't got no more money, Pop. Here, take it or leave it. Uh-huh.
All right.
You goddamn fool, Marston.
Ain't no one round here got $5,000, boys, but nice meeting you. See you boys again, I hope. Come on, yeah. Close the gate, Clive.
Oof.
Believed a yarn spun us by one of that Gray family, and imagined we was gonna be wonderfully rich. At the end of it, we felt like prize idiots.
We can sell to them going forward. I reckon we just wrote something in our journal, so let's take a look at that. Wow, we didn't. Okay. Oh, never quite goes the way we want it to, does it? I mean, we made a shitload when we robbed the bank, that's for sure. We never did collect on what we did for burning up that tobacco, did we? Let's go contribute some stuff here.
Morning, Arthur.
Hey, Molly.
Miss O'Shea.
Take a look at the ledger, see what we got. Anybody, who else is contributing? Important to me to know this. Sean, Lenny, Strauss, Arthur, and John. I can appreciate that, fellas. I don't know that I really need to be contributing much than the like random shit that I'm picking up, though. I know that we gotta go cash here. Sean with the empty bottle for 15 cents. Hey, he's doing something. I gave him credit. You know, there's a whole lot of people who aren't doing shit. Nice. There we go.
I shot a lot of folk like you.
What you mean, folk like me?
Oh, you know, cowards.
Good morning, Arthur.
What an asshole.
You want to get shot too, Morgan?
I've seen you in action. From that range, you'd miss.
What a dick, man.
Just shut your mouth, Micah.
I say it how it is.
You're out of line.
Yep, you sure are. Yeah, get the hell out of my sight. He is absolutely compensating. I don't know if we talked about this, but in my mind, Micah is absolutely compensating for the fact that he's not held in high regard in the group. And it's becoming a self-perpetuating prophecy because he acts like a dick to try to show that he's got his shit together to compensate for the fact that people don't respect him. And in turn, the people around him don't respect him. Like, if you really want a place in this group, you want to matter to this group in a way that Arthur does or Hosea does, you got to act like it. You can't go around antagonizing people. That doesn't actually give you power. It just makes you look like an asshole to the people who could promote you in. Now, if we're like good old boys that like that kind of thing, that's different. Then Micah would be doing the right thing, but not here. Like, Arthur's got too many intellectual sensibilities to look at Micah and say, damn, that guy's really working his way up the ranks. No. Micah's overcompensation here is going to be his own downfall. So if he tries to act like he doesn't understand what's happening, I don't have a lot of sympathy for it.
That Braithwaite job was a lot of work for not enough money. I was just doing what Dutch asked us to.
That's fair. And that is true. Which is why we ought to be going to Dutch, saying, Dutch, this doesn't work, brother. Knock it off. But instead of doing that, Arthur gives Marston trouble. And this happens a lot. When you overly idealize somebody, particularly a person in positions of power, and that person makes a bad call, and people that are just trying to, live their life the same way you are, follow that because they believe when that person has to say, yeah, you can hold that person accountable, but ultimately we got to be going to Dutch saying, Dutch, this is stupid, man. This isn't working. Robbing banks worked, but how much money do we need? Instead of doing that, Arthur gives Marston a bunch of shit. And I think that speaks to the fact that, again, Arthur can't bring himself to hold Dutch accountable because that sends into motion a cascade of dissonance and like thinking about accountability. And it puts a lot of moving parts on the table that are really hard to move through. It's a lot easier to just give Marston shit and move around about your day. And a lot of us do this. You'll see a lot of people where there's maybe one or two specific people in your life that you do well to hold accountable and stand up to, but instead of doing that, you take it out on other people that are associated with that person. It's influence or rebellion by proxy, and it doesn't actually accomplish anything. And I think that's what Arthur's doing with John here.
Arthur.
Not now, Dutch. I'm doing chores. Good night, Rick. Same kind of thing can happen when people are too scared to hold the leader accountable. Someone else ends up being scapegoated. Oh, all the time. All the time. Excuse me, Tilly. You see I'm carrying this big-ass bale of hay? Look how many horses we have. Holy crap. An accumulation of farm animals. Here you go. Okay. What's up, Sean?
You did good with that Gray's business.
Like I told you, I was born burning down manor houses.
Let's just hope it was all worth the trouble.
So, you know...
You want to sit?
Those twins who bought the horses were strange, huh?
Real strange. And they don't like Cubans.
Well, there better be some real money at the end of all this.
All right.
Think so. Okay, I'll catch you later then.
Sounds good.
You for a minute. Sure. It's about Dutch.
Oh.
It is. See, I love him, and I know he loves me, but...
You're a sweet girl. But you don't strike me as an idiot. Dutch don't love you. Not in the way you want to be loved.
No!
Just don't make a fool of yourself.
No, it's not like that.
I ain't one to sugarcoat things, my dear. It is like that. Take care of yourself.
You don't understand.
Unfortunately, I do.
Well, you don't.
Okay.
Ha.
Oh boy, well I don't know what you were really expecting from Abigail there, Molly. That conversation, I really think, is a metaphor for all of our relationships with Dutch. And I'm not trying to like hijack Molly's experience here and say, well, we're all going through it. But what she's going through, absolutely, what all of us are going through. And we're seeing that basically the cost sunk coming out here. This is why groups isolate themselves. This is why leaders of cults isolate the cult. It's why you go to a foreign country. It's why you have your own building. Molly can't bring herself to even remotely consider the fact that Dutch might not be as into her as she is into him, because if she does that, the follow-up question is, then what? And I legitimately don't know what that would be. Because she can't, I mean, you know, it's easy to say she could leave the group. Not really. Everything she knows is here. We're isolated off. We're on the run. We literally are part of a group that lawmen are after. Just because she leaves the group doesn't mean that all of a sudden she's safe from that. Right? So everybody here is wanting something out of Dutch that they're not getting, or that they believe they're entitled to. And Molly in particular, because they're in some form of intimate relationship. It's why we see them fighting. It's why they stay in the tent together. It's all these things. But I'm guessing that the reason that Dutch doesn't love Molly the way that Molly loves Dutch is because I think Molly represents something to Dutch that goes beyond an intimate relationship. I don't think it's any accident that Molly is Irish and that Dutch is with her, while Dutch is actively in hatred of an O'Driscoll group who are Irish. I really believe that part of the reason that Dutch is with Molly, as gross as it is because he gets to feel a intimate and personalized and day-to-day sense of power over somebody that he can internally represent as the O'Driscolls in some form. And so long as he stays distant from her, the distant person in a relationship that like that, carrying more power inherently, he gets to hold power over the O'Driscolls. He gets to regulate that in his way. He gets to keep tabs on it in his way. And that puts a barrier to connection in between the two of them. It's a hypothesis, but it's one that I feel pretty strongly about, given that Molly's feeling this and everybody else like Abigail can see it. And Molly doesn't really have recourse for this. It's because she's not to Dutch what she thinks she is to Dutch. Or she knows that that's what she is, but it's too painful to realize that, because then she basically is like, why is she operating off of that? A really terrible spot for Molly to be in. But that's my hypothesis about what that is all about. And Abigail knows exactly what she's talking about, because Abigail goes through that with John. So there's some real empathy to be had there. And I think in some ways Abigail might be more direct with Molly, because she was never as direct with herself as she might have liked to be.
One of you ladies, please, stop pretending and marry me. It's enough now.
Oh, yes, certainly. She will.
I will not.
Why not?
Because look at you.
What's wrong with me? I'm a good, honest son of the soil.
You're too good for me. Too real. I don't like good, honest sons of anything. I like superficial people.
You'll fall in love with me soon enough. All the women do.
Sure they do. Sure they do, Sean. You're a real Western Casanova.
Susan? Always good to see you.
Hey there.
What's up, Bill?
You did good in Valentine.
Nice.
Told you it'd be a good score.
Yep, you were right. All right, well, I should be getting on.
All right, Morgan.
Good for Arthur for acknowledging that.
Morning. Sadie.
Good morning, Arthur.
All right. I reckon we ain't got anything else to do. All right, let's have a come to Jesus moment with Dutch here, huh?
You okay, old man?
Sure. Just dandy, partner, just dandy.
Here we go. By the way, chat, as I walk up to Dutch, those of you watching, if you feel kind of uneasy walking up to him, you gotta listen to that. I certainly feel it. I feel real tense walking up to him, and I think it's because of my dissonant experience of him, man. He's got a lot of power, he's got a lot of charisma, and standing up to him generally doesn't go well. Like, dude, this ain't working. Right? You gotta trust your gut on this stuff. Something doesn't feel right approaching him. I feel at odds with him up front. Now, I'm going to listen to what he has to say. I'm not going to, I'm hoping Arthur isn't a dick, but I feel a piece, just something in me is like, ugh, this isn't right.
What now? You sweating yet, Dutch?
Of course I'm sweating. We're in some disease-ridden, swampy, Dixie-whistling shithole.
I meant about what Trelawny said about these bounty hunters.
Not sweating as such, but maybe a little gentle perspiration. Until we know more, ain't too much harm in wasting good liquor on sweating.
So?
So, I think you should pay Mr. Trelawny a visit and find out exactly what he knows and who he spoke to. Take Charles with you. Oh, the sight of the pair of you would make a statue sing out its secrets.
Okay.
Is that right?
Hey, folks.
Yeah?
Take Charles. Good information in there. Take Charles. There's a lot of trust in Charles, and I can't say I blame him. He's certainly a good judge of character as it relates to that. All right, Charles. What do you say we go do some dangerous shit on behalf of a person who won't do the work himself?
Charles, I need you for some business in town. Come on.
Okay.
Man, the man doesn't ask any questions? Jeez. All right, come on. Let's go.
How are you, girl?
I really want to know what Charles has to say about it. Come on, Charles.
Where are we going?
Dutch wants us to have a talk with Trelawny about these bounty hunters who are coming for us. Hoping he can tell us who they are or where they're coming from.
Okay. And you're deputies now.
Something like that. Soon as we laid eyes on that fool of a sheriff who runs that town, I knew Dutch was gonna play him like a fiddle.
On the run from one bunch of lawmen, working for another. Interesting.
Hiding in plain sight, Dutch calls it.
So, spirits seem good. In the new camp, I mean.
We got some space between us and that mess now. Ain't seen no more Pinkertons for a while. There's these bounty hunters, of course, but Dutch don't seem too worried about it.
Can't believe they're still coming after us. We didn't even get away with the money.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Of course. Trelawny. I've only met him a couple times, but he's a strange one.
Fear not. He's just a cockroach in fancy breeches. But he gets into nooks and crannies the rest of us can't. We just need to find him before he scurries off again.
The writing in this game is so good. Gets into nooks and crannies that others can't get into. It's just such a lovely way to put that.
I think it's just up here.
All right.
Reckon it's that one with the fire outside.
Let's take a look. Someone got here first.
So it seems.
By the looks of things, it wasn't a social call.
Oh boy.
Check the house. This food's barely touched. Looks like he left in a hurry.
You see anything there?
Tacitus Kilgore Mining Company. This is to certify that blank is the holder of blank shares inclusive in the above company, subject to the provisions of the memorandum and articles of association thereof, and that the sum of $1 has been paid on each of the said shares. Secretary blank.
Found anything?
Bed's not made, so he must have been here recently.
Nice for being a tiny little abode. It's kind of nice. Ooh, got some pomade on the ground. All right, take that. Anything else good in here? Pack of smokes, apple.
Big struggle. Pretty recently, I'd say. Just maybe 12 hours ago.
But no body?
Not yet.
There's some blood here. That ain't good.
Ooh, yeah.
Come on. Before they get too far ahead.
All right. I don't know what direction they were heading, though. Where you reckon they were going, Charles?
Down the path here. How's your tracking these days?
All right, I get.
Well, Lead the way then.
Oh, we got hoof
I'd
prints.
expect to see Trelawny staying in. Normally scams himself into the best hotel in town.
You know, when me and Javier went down with Trelawny to get Sean, after the bar fight, I swear, he talked the whole way and never actually said a damn thing.
I thought you knew. That's his special talent. They could be 2 miles away by now.
We can track them that far if we need to. Depends on how much you want to find them.
Yeah. Still ain't sure about that.
These tracks lead into the forest here.
What's this?
Hey, look. Let's go see what those fellas have to say.
Howdy, sir. Hey. What are you doing here?
Excuse me. Yeah. Have you seen him? We're looking for our friend.
I don't think he's here.
You seen a strange sort of feller? Sort of formal?
Strange? Sure. Formal? Nah.
He uses a cane. Looks a lot like this one.
Yeah. All right, you two. Where the hell is he?
We fighting?
Get out of here! Come here!
We fighting? Okay.
You are done now.
Why can't I hit him? Is this glitched out?
You wanna come at me?
I literally can't throw a punch. There we go.
Who do you think you are?
Woo!
You stay there.
Where is Trelawny?
I don't know anything.
Tell me where he is.
You go to hell.
You better tell me now, you son of a bitch.
Okay, for Christ's sake. They took him to a cabin over by the cornfields.
Which cornfields?
Left. Down the path there by Braithwaite Manor.
Let me see you again, you hear me?
You got lucky there, my friend.
I am gonna loot your friend though. $21. Holy shit. Alright.
Come on, let's go.
I need to eat something. Baked beans sound good.
I think there's a way around so we don't have to go through the Braithwaites' place.
Yes. I've spent enough time there. After you, then.
Just imagine if it's a horse.
You okay? What do you think they want with Trelawny?
Could be any one of 100 things. Just depends if any of them involve us.
You think he'll talk?
Of course he'll talk. He'd sell his own sister to save a train fare. He don't know how not to talk. He don't know where we're holed up, though. At least I don't think he does.
I don't know why Dutch still deals with him. Always disappearing for weeks on end.
He's got his uses, and, well, loyalty matters to Dutch.
Of course. But is Trelawny loyal?
Yeah, kind of. I guess Trelawny ain't exactly disloyal. Just got a big mouth. Don't worry. If he talked, I'll goddamn find out what he said. Nothing's ever straightforward where Trelawny's involved. Learned that much.
I mean, how much time have we wasted getting this fool out of trouble?
He somehow manages to be both lucky and unlucky at the same time.
That's one way of looking at it.
but he always finds some way to pay us back. Just when we think about cutting him loose, he brings us something big. I guess that's his special talent, keeping fish on the line.
He has been a pain in the ass. Love this little guitar riff.
That must be it.
Whoa! Let's get you out of here. Come on, boy.
The thing is, after that shack, this will be remembered like a good time.
Put the man down, gentlemen. Is that the lot of them?
I think so.
So you're alive?
Allegedly.
Well, don't worry, they won't be for much longer.
Look, go get them, Arthur. I can handle this.
Go deal with them, my brothers! Don't let them get away. Could have told them anything.
Quick, find them! They're trying to hide in the field! Over there, where the birds are. Come on, where are they?
You wait till I find you.
The hell?
Where are you?
I think there's one over here.
There ain't much.
Hide, you cowards.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
We need to find these bastards.
Get out of there, you sons of bitches.
Hey, check over here. They're gonna get away. Let's find them.
I'm telling you now, you boys ain't leaving here. You're dead, you bastard! Who's talking now, huh? We got one more, Charles.
Look at the birds. Go that way.
Get some money off of this guy first. $22. That's 10 rounds of poker.
Hey, I see something on the ground over here. He's dumped his gear. Look around. He can't have gone far. You see anything?
What? Oh, shit!
He's mine! Let me take him. You get out of here.
You have my friend.
He's not your friend. I'll give you money.
Be quiet.
Woo, what a throw.
Come on.
You should have taken the money.
I know. I'm a fool.
Shit. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
The gunshots are coming from that bar.
Hurry, Arthur. He's got to have good money on him. We can get the money and my life. Okay, $25 is worth it. Oh, shit. All I got is a revolver. I don't have my repeater.
He's backing off inside. Get after him.
Come on.
There he is. Take him out.
Good. He should be the last of them.
All right, let's go back for Trelawny. You all right?
Yeah. Never goes easy, does it?
Sure don't. Come on. Let's go see how badly they beat up the slippery fella.
I wonder how much trouble he's brought with him.
Guess we'll soon find out.
Seems like we can't catch a break now, Arthur.
Our luck's held this long. We got out of worse scrapes than this one.
So I heard.
Hey, this is that place I was in a while ago.
Government agents and bounty hunters to us.
I hope you're right.
Man, these are some real rich dudes that we got. Alright. Back to Trelawny. I guess I could have looted that guy after we killed these folks, but... whatever. Now, Trelawny, you done being a pain in the ass?
Where are you?
Over here, dear boy.
Well, he's still here at least. Put your feet up, why don't you? You okay?
Never fine.
So, who was they?
They were bounty hunter. Attached to Cole Stoudemire.
Okay.
They weren't looking for me, per se.
What you tell them?
Not much. I told them I was an intellectual. Come down here from Oregon, looking for a job at the university. Of course, they didn't believe me. Seems you stirred up quite a hornet's nest in Blackwater.
So I keep hearing.
It might be best if I stay with you, gentlemen, for a while. Can't go back to that caravan now.
All right, Charles. You take Trelawny back to camp. I'll catch up with you.
Okay.
There always seems to be more and more civilization. I want to get back in the open country of the West, or what's left of it, but well, even that ain't the way I remember it.
I wonder what it is about civilization that's threatening to Arthur. Like, I wonder if that's an opinion that he's generated on his own, or if there's some mix of the influence he's got from Dutch. Like, they've so heavily defined themselves as a group as being anti-law and anti-order that sometimes you can get so down in the trench on something like that that anything that even remotely resembles the thing that you are not, again, identifying as something you aren't, becomes threatening, and you're less open to it. So, you know, it could be that some of the fear they have about law and order and civilization and stuff like that is merely because they perceive that as being the antithesis of who they deeply believe that they are. And that may not necessarily be true. It may be that they could live really nice, lovely lives in civilization. But to do that might mean you got to leave the group because the group is so hell-bent on being separate from it. You know, it's this like really dissonant experience of, you know, civilization actually ain't so bad. It's got a lot to offer. I can take clean baths. I got food available to me, shelter. Like, we're living just fine in Rhodes. I mean, I know we got Pinkertons after us, but we continue to do things that make civilization threatening. We don't have to keep doing those things. You know, we could pay our bounties. We could atone. But we keep running away, and then we keep doing really dumb stuff that makes it so we have to keep running away. And again, it's a lot of self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a lot of reinforcement of our group identity. We are not progressing. We are staying put, ideologically and physically. Where we might do well to progress and look at what emerging civilization has to offer us, or at least be critical of what our role is relative to it. Let's see if I got any bounties to pay off.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Run up a tab now, have we?
Oh, no bounty.
If you get my bite.
Don't surprise me.
Morning to you.
Howdy.
A very good morning to you.
All right. So we've got Micah and is that Tilly? Or Trelawny? Trelawny.
Alright, back to work, you slob.
What's up, Ika? Oh, what do we got going on here? What's the matter, fellers?
I can scarcely believe it.
Oh, now I need a buck here, you bastard. But I'm hungry. I got my leg blown off.
Morning to you.
Hey. Hey, it's good to see you again, friend.
How you keeping?
I'm miserable.
Because of the leg?
Oh, no, I'm used to the leg. I've been without it a whole lot longer than I was with it. Nah, it's the people. Yeah, a bunch of nasty, miserable peasants I gotta share this place with.
Why don't you leave?
Leave? Well, I live here. I've been hating on them for so long, if I forgot to hate them, I wouldn't know what day it was.
Wow.
Yeah, but you... Man, you ought to get out of here and you ought to stop coming back.
Wow. I mean, I guess he's self-reflective. I've been hating people so long, I wouldn't even really know what to do myself if I stopped hating them. Boy, if that ain't the truth of a lot of folks, past and present. But that, I mean, this is the power of things like transgenerational narratives and ledgers and stuff. Like, sometimes you carry certain convictions without even realizing why you carry it. And you will perpetuate it because it just feels like that's what you should do. This is why things like education, diverse representation are so important. Because it helps people be critical not just of other people, but also of themselves. Why do I believe the things that I believe? Where does that come from? How much of it is mine versus how much of it is carrying something on behalf of other people that I hold near and dear? How much of this am I perpetuating because I want and choose to? And how much of this am I perpetuating out of some sense of duty or obligation? Whether real or not. It's a question that all of us should ask ourselves frequently. And my job a lot of times as a therapist is to help people with that. To look at, why do you believe that? Where does that come from? Is that really your voice? Or is that just something that you say because you heard it for so long that you really don't know what you are without it? But this gets into all the conversations we've had about different aspects of identity and conviction, that like when sometimes people will still be terrible and make bad decisions because that's all they know. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. But the devil you don't isn't always a devil. But your brain ain't going to register it that way. So this guy's built his entire sense of identity around hatred. And the idea that he wouldn't be a hateful bastard is too foreign to him. It's too scary. We could all learn a lesson from what that guy just said to us. That was very beautifully done. I also love the like, oh, look at all these, peasant assholes I'm around. And Arthur says, well, why don't you just leave? He's like, well, I live here. Well, so do they. You're the one that's quick to probably tell people you should leave if you don't like blah, blah, blah. You don't like my regressive nature, you should just leave. Well, you also make the argument of like, if you don't like the progressive nature of things, you can leave. And we make that choice to do that as Arthur, but... Oh, we got a new newspaper.
Want to buy something? Take a good one there.
Number 46.
Come back tomorrow.
Let's see what's going on in the news, friends. St. Denis and Times Tribune. Feud at the brink. Bloody shootout between families. Moonshine trafficking suspected. Dead and dying in the streets. Rhodes. News was received here today of a tremendous escalation of the decades-old blood feud between the Grays and Braithwaites, two prominent local families who have been arguing since long before the war. The town of Rhodes and its residents were the true victims in a fight between these powerful families. The recent altercation originated in the Rhodes parlor house, which was owned by the Gray family. Reports say that moonshine or money was the basis of the argument. Shots rang out and voices screamed, and then bullets sadly hushed them. Once prominent families, the fortunes of the Grays and Braithwaites and other once wealthy landowners like them have been on the wane since the war. Plantation families have been at odds since before the War of the States, claiming some mutual theft of gold or property over a century ago, motive of which nobody can claim reliability to this day. Reports say the new altercation began when some associates of the Braithwaites entered the Rhodes parlor house and offered customers plenty of free, untaxed liquor. That is true. Lawman found dead. Henry Jenkins was a veteran of force. Angelo Bronte sends condolences. Foul play suspected. Officer Henry Jenkins was found dead last Tuesday of a gunshot to the head in what has been described as an ambush that left the veteran officer slumped forward in his outhouse near the abode that he shared with his wife of 20 years. Jenkins has led an investigation against prominent local businessman Angelo Bronte, 55, who resides in a mansion on Fabian Street. Mr. Bronte has long been a supporter of local constables and law enforcement and frequently appears at social events celebrating St. Denis politicians. Some have accused Bronte of being involved in a syndicate that deals in smuggling and racketeering, though numerous officials vouch for him as a fine member of the local business community. They say that his Italian heritage is being held against him and that Bronte is of great benefit to the community, contributing to fundraisers for local schools as well as supporting causes to help the infirm and elderly.
I remind you of somebody?
Let's see. Bank robbed. Valentine institution recovering. Thieves cracked safes. The Bank of Valentine has been robbed by an outlaw gang thought to be responsible for several recent holdups and a spate of violence. The bank's manager was distracted by a female accomplice of the gang, then forced to open the vault. The safes were cracked, and it is believed that several $1,000s in cash, notes, and commercial papers were taken or destroyed. The gang tried to sneak out of town, but was soon ensnared in a gun battle. The gang evaded capture, and soon it seemed as if the entire town were after them. They were chased by authorities who were sadly unsuccessful in capturing the culprits. I remember that. War brewing in Europe. Power struggle in Africa at issue. Struggle for power in Africa continues. Territories of rival European powers are being disputed once more. Great Britain has plunged into a full-scale war against Dutch settlers in southern Africa known as the Boers. Despite the belief that the compromise would be found, hostiles have commenced to crush the Boers, and Great Britain rushes to send men and munitions to southern Africa. Britain killing scores of Dutch settlers. Rival European powers accuse Great Britain of threatening legitimate claims to territories controlled by others and the gold and diamond mines there that create immense wealth. Also of concern is that vast and unruly native populations may prove restless, ungrateful, and resentful toward their European masters. Jesus Christ. Oh. Okay, so if you're a person who doesn't have access to alternative information here, you're going to read that in the way that so many people read stuff like this back then, which is that the people of Africa are savages, that native people are just these savage beasts that are less than human. How dare they not be grateful that we just, all these folks from Europe just come into their land and just stomp them out and take advantage of them and all this other shit. I can't believe they don't want to be civilized. Absolutely disgusting. Hate it. That's the power of media like this, man. Just the way that's written. It's so, now it looks egregious, but back then it's just so passively written to make you see the people of Africa as less than, as things, as things, not people to be afraid of. Woo. Fifth person slain. Pattern identified. Message scrawled in blood. Worries intensify of plague, similar to deaths years ago. Residents of Saint Denis are living in fear as the ritualistic deaths from years ago have returned. Pattern is the same. Teeth marks like those of a hyena or dog on the body are noticeable. There are messages scrawled next to the body in blood. Some had attributed the deaths to yellow fever, but others cite vampires as the cause. Saint Denis lawmen announced years ago that they had caught the culprit and indeed did hang Bosco Lopez, who had spent many years... Oh, nice. Who had spent many years living in Argentina before arriving in Saint Denis by frigate. Now that the fifth victim has been found, lawmen are expressing caution, indicating that all residents should avoid traveling alone in the evening wherever possible, and keep all residences without locks barricaded overnight. Women are especially advised to show caution as they are more than not the victims of attacks. All right, what is this? Women should keep silence, allowed to sing, but not speak in church. Oh, this ought to be good. She is subordinate to man. The first day's nod of Virginia was spent with devotional exercises led by Reverend T.M. Spriggs, speaking on giving the work of God to all people. His committee was tasked last year to study the scriptural position of women in the home and church and their duties, and came to some unsurprising conclusions. Order remains heaven's first law, and it necessitates the due subordination of the ruled to the ruler. This subordination of women by divine appointment is, sadly, ignored or denied by, quote, the women's movement, end quote. The home is the special sphere of a woman, and indeed, this is her throne. Church, and indeed the scriptures forbid a woman to hold office or rule, lead prayer in a public assembly, and they command her to keep silence. Scriptures teach what a woman may do in church, her home, or in public. She may sing in mixed-sex devotional services or in meetings of her own sex. The report was signed by all 5 clergymen, and they remain unanimous on the women question, as does this newspaper, which supports the natural order of things, even though we are men of science, first and foremost. Wow, way to acknowledge the contradiction. Yikes. Ugh. Remember, people are reading this shit. And if you have a divine directive, or you are strongly spiritual or religious, again, this is where it's super powerful. You have these influential leaders that are perpetuating oppression, and people just blindly follow along with it because they don't want to critically think for themselves. It is hard to critically think. It is not easy to be critical of oneself, of one's environment, of the people around you. Sometimes people worry that that's going to make them depressed or cynical. It doesn't necessarily have to do that.
Why are you staring? I remind you of somebody?
I mean, it's rough, man. People could be influenced strongly by this. A summer outing. LaGrasse fishing and hunting. Those feeling ill, overworked, and seeking pleasure, the area of LaGrasse is ideal for camping, fishing, and hunting. A small remote settlement in the swamps of the bayou is teeming with fish and wildlife, and for a reasonable rental, a local will act as a guide for people traveling through or angling. Settlement of LaGrasse, I'm guessing? Or Lagras? I don't know. Settlement of Lagras is self-sufficient, earning money through fishing, guiding, or working at Hagen orchards nearby. Guide for the day is not only pleasurable, but practical, as reports of aggressive alligator attacks have resulted in their services being in high demand. Let's do this one. Prisoner escapes. Murderer was set to hang. Score of lawmen dead in wild shootout. Small mountain town in mourning. Residents of Strawberry in fear. Brutal murderer escaped from jail in Strawberry. Oh, this is Micah. Setting the town on edge after a horrific shootout. Violence erupted in rapid fashion, catching the sheriff and other law enforcement off guard. Tens of lawmen are dead in what is described as the most brazen jailbreak in years. An accomplice surprised lawmen, and the normally peaceful town erupted in gunfire. The accomplice and prisoner escaped during some sort of shootout. The local doctor was so overwhelmed with the dead and wounded that he has not been seen in town since. Oh my God. A handkerchief said to be worn by one of the robbers was found in the tracks of their escape with part of a tooth and other evidences of wounding. However, one official said that so many had been involved in pursuing the duo that it could have been one of the many dead that it belonged to. Wow, lucky us. Quincy statue defiled. Confederate war hero fought bravely at Scarlet Meadows. A dispatch from St. Denis Constable reports that the statue of General Quincy Harris was defaced in a craven act. The hero of the War of Northern Aggression. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, I can't believe there's people in 2021 that still call it that. The hero of War of Northern Aggression saw his bravest men cut down in front of his eyes at the Battle of Scarlet Meadows in 1864. The word coward appeared on the statue, no doubt placed there by the handful of ill-devised citizens who seek to tarnish the name of the general that historians agree was a courageous military man. The battle that day was hectic and a scene of carnage, conflicting accounts soon discredited, and General Harris is remembered as one who never turned coat in the face of adversity. Poor folks that live in this place. A modern steam marvel. Cornwall orders fastest steamship in the world, expected to arrive within the week. Industrious and rail magnate Leviticus Cornwall has ordered delivery of the nation's first turbine-powered steamship, a marvel of engineering from the United Kingdom. First unveiled as an experimental vessel in 1894, it was then demonstrated as the fastest ship on water. Now beginning commercial production, the Turbinia class, as it was first christened, is expected to be a private vessel for Mr. Cornwall, built to his exact specifications and including a level of opulence and grandeur not before seen in modern sailing vessels. The King of Corsets, exotic finery booms in St. Denis. Since the wife of King Henry II of France enforced a ban on thick waists at court attendance, the corset has remained in high fashion for all who can afford it. Using exotic lace that stays and whale bones and metal supports, much cherished local artisan Algernon Wasp fashions striking corsets at his world-renowned workshop and greenhouse in the Mansion District of St. Denis. His millinery work and corsetry are, I love how a man's making this, are all the rage amongst the fashionable members of the higher classes who prize his use of rare and most delicate materials such as orchids and egret feathers. The long list of elite and aristocratic clients from all around the world, Mr. Wasp's workshop toils into the night to make the waists of aristocrats slimmer and the heads dainty with finery. He remains an example of St. Denis' status as a cultural capital of the world. They have fled. Lemoyne Raiders, now in Texas. The ex-soldiers, renegades, and criminals that loosely comprise the Lemoyne Raiders militia have mostly fled to Texas after repeated clashes with the government and law enforcement. Preaching the free stater, anti-government, and anti-tax doctrine, their message soon grew tiresome for populace that simply wants to move on after the war between the states. The scrappy militia has spent the last few years robbing government employees and institutions and regular civilians as well. After some stinging defeats, the Lemoyne Raiders fled to areas of Texas where it is reported their disdain for paying tax or supporting the government more readily received. A massive motif, cliff sculpture in Grizzlies. Wayfarers in the Grizzlies have reported a massive cliff face sculpture is underway, courtesy as of yet unknown artist. I'll bet that's Mount Rushmore. Greed is American virtue. I love that little line under there. Undertaken by a lone man toiling with a hammer and chisel, but rarely seen, he is suspended by hemp rope and works in the beating sun to accomplish his artistic vision of carving a face into a prominent rock face. The project began several weeks ago, according to travelers who say the man has undertaken it as an homage to his beloved wife. Okay, maybe.
Why are you staring?
The Art of Angling with Jeremy Gill. I love this man. The channel catfish. As a world-famous master, both rod and pen, it often troubles me to see this fascination with factories and machines. They can dull the senses. I have long prided myself as a fisherman, free from exhibitions of vanity and self-conceit, which is why I am often asked to lecture on my extensive travels, sharing the successes of my uncanny ability to catch fish, and also on spiritual, romantic, and economic matters. Indeed, fishing once helped me stop a major European land war, but that's another story for another day. Catfish care not a jot for major battles, averted or otherwise. My next challenge, catching a monster-sized channel catfish. They love muddy waters and prey on catfish prefer crayfish over other baits. They also prefer overcast weather, the mysteries of the deep, something with the sun, most like our British counterparts. Happy hunting. The tale of two robberies. Highwaymen clash at coach holdup. Two separate bands of highwaymen had their sights on the same banking stagecoach north of Strawberry and Big Valley. The driver called out, quote, "It's a holdup!" And the guard could see four masked men outside. During the encounter, a separate band of highwaymen arrived and exchanged gunfire. Sheriff deputies arrived on the scene several hours later and found looted bodies in a stretch of the Dakota River. The dead are believed to be members of the notorious O'Driscoll boys, who've been lying around the area in recent weeks and responsible for robberies of banking and mail shipment. All right. Cool. I love reading those. Glad y'all indulge me in that. Am I not able to go in here? Well, I was going to play blackjack if it was available. But it doesn't much look like it is. This ain't my horse. This ain't my horse. Just kidding.
The other day, saw blade come loose. Fixed itself in a man's skull.
Yeah, that's common.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to play some blackjack, but unless it's in the saloon, maybe I'm just in the wrong spot. Maybe I need to go. Reckon I maybe need to go to the saloon.
I can scarce see my own feet in this fog.
So let's take a gander.
Reckon I can taste it. It's like tobacco smoke.
At least that guy ain't yelling Gavin, right? Alright.
Well now, the absent traveler returns.
Howdy do, sir.
How do you do, sir?
Howdy, mister. Howdy, mister. Howdy, mister. Howdy, miss. Howdy, miss. Howdy, mister. Howdy, mister.
Hey, y'all. Hello.
Howdy, mister.
Okay there?
Who's this then?
Hello, mister.
Howdy.
Well, don't much look like we got a game tonight, chat.
Hey, mister.
How do you do?
Well, damn. Let's get back to camp then, I suppose. Actually, I hear the moonshine around here is real delicious. And free. Bartender.
Wait, you look a lot... No, don't listen to me.
What?
We had some trouble here with a couple of brothers, and you just have a look of one of them. Don't mind me.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
I'd like a beer, please.
Here's your sauce.
Thank you, mister.
Don't reckon I seen you in here before. You new to town? Well, Rhodes ain't what it used to be. Not for some time now. Ain't sure if you heard of the Gray family already. They own this damn saloon. They own the damn law. Hell, they own pretty much most of this town now. And it ain't the better for it, in my opinion. But a drink's a drink. Right, my friend? Good luck to you.
Reckon it is. Thank you, sir.
Howdy.
That's all you got to say, Arthur?
Fella? Well, I hope you aren't planning for any more riffraff with any of those raiders. They got a lot of respect in this community, even if they can act up out of turn. We admire traditional values here, yes, sir. And we respect good manners.
Is that right? I would like some fried catfish, please.
House special fried catfish.
Thank you, sir. You know, I ought to take a bath, too. I'm pretty dirty. You only got lodging. You don't have... Wait, bath. I'd like a bath.
I need a wash. Got a bath?
Magnificent. You'll feel renewed in no time.
Thank you, sir. I'll go upstairs, take that bath.
Hey, fellas. Good evening, sir.
Hope y'all are doing well. Have a nice beer. Some nice flaky catfish. Get ourselves a bath. Do 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 do. Get myself a bath. Scrub that head. Scrub, 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 scrub.
Can I assist you in there, sir?
Nah, I like to have me some alone time.
I'm all right, thanks.
No harm done. You just relax.
Oh, I will. I want to know if they change the water out after everybody does this. Or am I just getting in the same kind of water that other fellers have washed themselves in? I certainly wouldn't like that. Oh, what's up, Shane? Have a good one. Thank you all for making it up so late with me. I appreciate that. All right. All right. Who's up for a little... All right, no?
Hey there, partner.
Well, hello there. Railroad lines are popping up to put carriage driving.
I feel like a new man. All right, give me a
No, not the first time, I'm afraid.
Can I get a room, please?
go
Thank you. Really.
nice little room here. Take a little nap. Just a little nap. That beer made me sleepy, and I don't wanna ride my horse drunk back to camp. New journal entry, huh? Well, why don't we give it a read? We went horse thieving. Our greed getting the better of us. Believed a yarn spun us by one of that Gray family, the patriarch, Tavish, a particularly unpleasant one of what seems a reasonably unpleasant family. He had us believing that the Braithwaite women owned some highly prized English thoroughbreds or Arab chargers or whatever they was supposed to be, and imagined we was going to be wonderfully rich. At the end of it, we felt like prize idiots, so I guess at least some prizes was being handed out. Charles and I went looking for Trelawny, who was staying in Rhodes. He'd been accosted by some bounty hunters who was looking for him and a means to getting to us. Whole thing turned nasty and he'd been treated pretty bad, but we got him out of there. He seemed worried that there might be more following in their wake, so came back to camp with us. There always seem to be more bounty hunters, Pinkertons, and lawmen. Everywhere we go, there's more and more civilization. Perhaps this is it from now on. We shall see, I guess. This whole place is beginning to give me the creeps. I want to get back in the open country of the West, or what's left of it. Even that ain't the way I remember it.
Back for more?
Well. It don't much look like we got blackjack available to us, chat.
Excuse me, partner.
Hello there.
Hi, fellas. Care to have some fun?
Well, that's too bad for you.
What the hell's going on out here?
Out of the damn way. Hello, sir.
Well, hello there.
Well. I'm not able to sit down in this fine establishment. Oh, there we go. There we go. Have a seat, Arthur. Maybe. The hell? Have a seat, Arthur. Or just awkwardly stand at the table. What the hell are we doing? Alright, guess that's how we do it. I guess we just crouch next to tables. Oh, man. Chat, thank you for coming out. If you're watching this VOD, thank you for making it all the way through part 15. I appreciate you so much. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. I stream every night except for Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. Those of you that have become members, or if you have tipped, or if you provided a super chat or any kind of financial support of the stream, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. Make sure you follow me on socials down in the description. I will catch you in part 16.